Well, I hope I shared audio.
Where the fuck is it? Send it to the chats.
I'm dropping it in chats right now.
I hope I shared audio. Bring it up on my phone and see.
We'll check.
What?
E not show up on my free.
Why is it not?
What's wrong?
All I have is
Break
the
it?
intro video. There we go. Click on it again. I have your audio now, so we're good.
Oh, good.
I got audio. Hey, us.
If you want a microphone, just go ahead and request one.
Maybe we'll give it to you.
It's
If we
gonna
like
be
it
fun
enough.
space.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this is going to be a good one. Start rolling.
Too far away from your mic.
I was kind of talking under my breath a little bit.
Uh,
I've been debating the candy call all day. It's giving me a headache.
Well, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Why does this not show the stream started on my end?
you have to refresh it. That's what I did last time. You have to refresh it. It's fucking weird.
There we go.
Have you sent to the chats yet?
I did already. Trying to put myself back in here. All right. Well, I'm ready to get started if you guys are.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you want a microphone, just request. We don't know who you are. We'll vet your account really quick.
Oh.
I don't care if you're pro Candace, pro Andrew, doesn't matter. We're just looking that you're not like
Nigerian
weird
bot.
Yeah.
Still be weird.
Yeah. I would actually love to hear from pro Candace people.
That ought to be fun.
I mean, I want to hear if someone can actually substantiate, because most of the responses that I've been getting are and I can't understand it for you, or the 7 charges, which neither of those are reasons why Candace would have won.
Yeah, I've heard they Andrew accused Candace of getting information from behind the scenes, but like, who cares about that?
I mean, they did all have earpieces in.
Yeah.
So she did have an earpiece in connected to her team. So it does beg the question of, like, when she was supposed to be naming the 7 charges, she was delaying quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it does make one wonder if maybe she was waiting for her team to give her the list of charges.
That'll be questionable.
But I mean, there's definitely a lot of things wrong with that debate. Just objectively, there were problems with the debate. So, Truth, did you go back and watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
You're a problem with the debate.
You're a bait.
I am.
I watched it while I was at work, and I watched it after work too.
Okay. Yeah, I want to make sure that you were fully on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were live on YouTube and Rumble.
Did y'all happen to see the guy? Yeah, we did. Did y'all happen to see the guy that got arrested for bringing 200 lizards stuffed inside of 22 pairs of socks in his suitcase at the Tokyo airport?
No, that's weird.
Yeah, it's because he bought them for like $3.50 each. and in Japan he can sell them for about $630 a piece.
Jeez. Ridiculous.
How do you think he is going to get away with 200 lizards?
He's an idiot.
Very carefully.
I mean, you might be able to get away with one or two. Be like, I don't know how the fuck those things got in there. You know? But, yeah.
We got people join. Hey, Dino, you want speaker?
Give Dino a microphone. I love Dino.
I know. I don't know that.
Come on up, Dino. Otherwise, you have to listen to us the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's not nearly as fun. I mean, I'm a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta mix things up a little bit.
Oh, man.
There's Dino. Hi, Dino.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying a nice Sunday.
Sunday night.
Nice.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's 6 here. I forget what time zone y'all are in.
It's 9:11 here.
We're all in different time zones. We cover all of them except for Mountain.
Yeah, it's 8:11 for me.
I'm Pacific like you are.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hey guys.
How it's going? How's it going? Grammar's hard. All right, Dino, did you watch the debate?
No.
Oh, you're killing me.
I know. I've been pretty unplugged. Been looking for a new job. Just got hired, so I've been trying to unload all of my previous stuff and get ready to start a new job.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so I've been a little less active on X and been a little harder to keep up with all the news.
Understandable though.
Yeah. I just built a big, relatively big, but built a tortoise enclosure today because I have a little tortoise at home. So been outside doing animal stuff all day and just checking in on X. And I always like hearing what you guys have to say.
Oh, we appreciate you coming by.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why anybody appreciates what I have to say. And
I mean, I don't.
He
He does.
All right. So we have Inquisitor in here. Hi, Inquisitor. How you doing?
Shell's here too.
What's
Sure,
up?
I offered Shell a microphone. I don't know if she'll take it or not. Usually does though.
I just don't get the candy cult. She provided no evidence during the whole debate, yet somehow she won. Make it make sense.
Yeah, and I actually saved a shot of somebody. Throw it up on stream and then read it for those of you that are.
Hey, Lumen.
Who do you guys all think won? Like, I've only seen clips, and I'm naturally predisposed to hate Candace. And it seemed like a lot of what she was saying was like, well, it just feels this way.
I feel.
Yeah.
That's all it was. She never showed anything.
All right. So
I don't think it. Oh, go ahead.
Someone shared this screenshot. I don't know who actually made the post. I haven't taken the time to dig it up because it was right before the stream, but it says Andrew Wilson lost the debate even if Candace didn't show proof of her claims. Fact. That's what we are dealing with.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Stupidity.
Retards.
Pure stupidity.
I don't get it. But yeah, objectively, Andrew won that debate.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think it was a debate to be won. Yeah, I think it was just to put her on the spot.
Probably.
I mean, the way all debates are designed to be won by somebody, right?
It really wasn't a debate, though. It was.
No, it wasn't. It was more of a Candace monologue. Yeah, it was a Candace monologue that the moderator didn't even attempt to moderate. Yeah.
Remember, it's not a debate; it was a conversation.
Yeah. But it was, presented as a debate.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a debate up until it came time for Andrew to do his cross of
all of her claims.
And then she said, "This isn't a debate. I'm not going to answer things that I don't want to answer. I don't want to get myself into legal problems."
Legal pickle.
What? Yeah, it was like legal pickle. Yeah, I couldn't
Which
remember.
Makes me think of
the
hamster thing.
But why? Why would she be in any legal trouble?
Or is it "My butt is not a pickle door" or something like that? I forget what this song is. It's playing.
Like if she has the evidence, why should she be in legal trouble?
Exactly. It's not defamation if you're not lying.
If she's just asking questions, where's the legal issue?
She's done more than that, let's be honest.
But she did have concessions, right? She conceded that they couldn't definitively link the receipt from Cowboys to Tyler Robinson. She conceded that Israel was not involved.
We also have questions about did she actually talk to the owner of that restaurant?
Yeah. Because she just had a phone call. Was it the owner? Was it somebody else?
Well, it's that, but like didn't the owner come out and say something else?
Yeah, they put out an official statement on their Facebook or X account, one or the other, that said that Tyler Robinson was not there. They straight up said he was not there.
So who's lying?
And there's also, when it comes to the preliminary hearing, she said that the defense wasn't allowed to present evidence. That is false. The defense can absolutely present evidence. That's why they were able to call their own witnesses, even though they were, like the DNA analysts and stuff like that. They called them as defense witnesses to try to, discredit the evidence, right? Yeah. All they have to do is go, oh yeah, he was there. Here's his printout from his bank account or his credit card statement showing the day he made this purchase and he was there. You don't need a subpoena for that. Tyler Robinson could just log into that shit himself.
But you also got, what was it? Shit. I just lost it, dude. I just lost it.
Your mind? Yes. I thought you lost that a while ago.
So do you?
I said I'm tired today.
You're always tired.
No, I'm especially tired today.
Well. Yeah, let's see.
Remember though, all of it was hearsay.
Oh yeah, hearsay thing. That's what I was going to say.
All hearsay.
Yeah, she said the entire preliminary trial was hearsay, which that's not even close to true.
No.
The autopsy is hearsay now, by the way.
Hey,
confessions. Lou. The identification of Tyler Robinson by Twigs is hearsay.
Yep.
That's not what hearsay is. And then it also bothered me that the entire time when she was talking about the DNA, she kept referring to them as prints. No one ever talked about fingerprints except on the window.
What about on the gun, the rifle?
They never talked about fingerprints. They only talked about DNA. And what is fingerprint degradation? They don't call it that. It's like, there's a partial print. Either there or it's not. It's not degraded. That's DNA. And DNA degrades at different rates depending on the elements it's exposed to, like outside on a hot day in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense to me. And anyone that's not like host, co-host wants to butt in and give their opinion, please do. You can just hey, this is what I think. don't feel like you can't interrupt me because I really don't care if you do. If you just have something that you want to share about it.
I genuinely thought that she was going to be able to like put some links together. That's what I was hoping for the whole time.
I didn't have my hopes high for that.
Yeah, that kind of would have surprised me if she had like actual evidence to bring forward to prove her point. It doesn't. She just said like, doesn't all this feel kind of off? You know, like from what the clips that I saw, that's the jive that I got. And I think because it wasn't moderated like a specific debate, it almost becomes like one of those like ink blot, like Rorschach tests where whatever's already in your mind, you're just going to confirm from that conversation. And I think people like when we have the video and people are digging into every single frame, thinking that it's like, oh, this is the new JFK Zapruder film, and it doesn't all have to be a conspiracy.
She didn't even have to bring actual evidence. Andrew Wilson gave her the chance to explain her thought process, and she couldn't even do that.
Right. And now, like, fans of her are like, well, he couldn't even say the 7 charges that were being filed against Tyler Robinson. It's like, that doesn't mean that he's wrong about everything. Like, that's a silly thing to stand behind, I think.
I'm still trying to figure out why everybody listens to Candace Owens or even bothers to watch. I still haven't. I couldn't bring myself to. I tried to watch a little bit of it, and just I don't know. I just felt like I was losing brain cells. Just it didn't. I can't. I just couldn't.
Her voice is
Candace
very.
Owens just. She melts my brain. Like it just doesn't. Yeah, her voice. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I like finding the accounts that'll watch it for us and then just post clips because that's about all I can handle. Because 3.5 hours of watching and listening to her was really hard.
I like that account, Cinema Shogun.
Yeah, he's one of them.
You bring up the fact that like people were predisposed beforehand. So like the Candace fans are saying Candace won, the Andrew fans are saying that Andrew won, and you're right. But he was talking about even before the debate. It's not for them. It's for everybody else who is like cursory paying attention to the stuff with Tyler Robinson, and they're seeing her theories. She's a huge account. I mean, 7 million people follow her on X. So now they can see that anything that she's saying, she doesn't actually have any like foundation for.
Yeah, that makes sense. I hear that.
Shell has her hand raised.
Hi guys, I know this isn't on topic, but truth, I'm trying to get Royce in here right now, so keep your panties on, dude. And Sippy, we only need the first 30 minutes on Manus on Tuesday. The second half of his show will be going to Andy Gibson, Mississippi governor candidate. If we cannot get Amy, or if you've not heard anything from her, would you do us the honor of being the first half of the Rob Manus Show guest for the first 30 minutes to speak about the Mississippi
Tuesday?
judge?
Is that on Tuesday?
Yes, Tuesday. You'll start at 3 p.m. Eastern.
I'll be on the road on Tuesday, headed to McKinney.
That's it. Y'all are out of the herd. Ain't nobody working with me. Ain't nobody cooperating.
But I did. I messaged Amy and she did see it. I just don't know if she hasn't responded yet.
I can't wait. I got to get that booked up. Dang it. Okay. I hope she responds by tomorrow. Maybe I can, but I gotta have a standby guest. I guess I'll work it out.
I mean, Jinx did just as much research as me. I don't know if she can pull that off though.
I don't know.
Can you, Jinx?
I can, because I don't technically go back to work until Friday, so I just go in when I want to this week for classroom setup. So
Wouldn't that be something? Blue-haired little Republican on the Maine show. That'd be awesome.
yeah, if you need an emergency backup, just let me know like the morning of.
I can do that, Jinx. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Hey, when is the actual trial for the Teller Robinson?
We don't know. So here's what the timeline is right now. So in 2 days, the state has their rebuttal to the defense's briefing that they submitted on the 11th. And then September 1st, they're back in court for closing arguments for the preliminary hearing. And then Judge Graff will make his decision. I don't know how, I think he's expected to make his decision by September 10th. And at that point, we will get a, what's the word I'm thinking of? Arraignment. And that's when Tyler will officially plea. And then will be the trial. I don't know if we'll get the arraignment and the trial date at the same time, or if the trial date will come after the arraignment. I mean, if he pleads guilty, then there's no trial, right? And with how many confessions are on record, there's a high chance that he'll try to plea bargain and just plea it out.
I don't think they'll give him a plea.
I'm not sure they will either, unless he's just going to straight up plead guilty to all charges as is. Because I'm pretty sure they want his head on a platter.
Michelle's hand up again, or is it just stuck?
It must be stuck because I don't see it.
Yeah, so
we'll
have a date, hopefully, within a month-ish. But right now we're just kind of in a holding pattern as we wait for.
Michelle was waiting for a high five. I got her. Don't worry.
Always count on Lou.
Shell's waiting for a nap. I just got back from Kentucky, so back to Florida. So yeah, I'm done. I'm just waiting on Royce if he'll get in here.
Yeah, if he doesn't, that's okay. I understand that he's like super busy. He's been getting a lot of attention the last couple of weeks.
Girl, yes, he's been busier than a cat covering up doo-doo on concrete. I promise.
Well, I can't believe all of y'all.
He's a new woman now.
I can't believe all of y'all. None of y'all used his correct or her correct pronoun.
I'm sorry, it's Roysha.
Right? Roysha, hello.
My bad. Can't believe I dead named her. Shame on me.
Very powerful black woman.
Yes.
Very. The CNN is just shutting down, right?
Oh yeah, I mean the left is in a tizzy over it.
They don't know how to respond.
It's brilliant. You have to admit it's brilliant what he's done. Him and Ennis, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Who are they to decide what Roysha identifies as?
They can't.
They don't know her story.
They're a homophobic bigot.
Yes, we are waiting for Roysha White to hopefully join us to talk about her latest
her journey in womanhood.
Yes. And,
did you see his I'm Every Woman video?
No.
Oh,
it's fantastic. Oh, wait. I got to go find your room. I'm going to put it in your room. You guys are going to just roll.
All right. So while we're waiting, we can continue on the debate. Now, how many of you guys in here watched the debate and didn't just watch clips? I'm actually curious.
I was required to actually watch.
I watched the whole thing on y'all's channel.
I watched.
Yeah,
it was unfortunate.
We streamed and watched.
I know. I couldn't stand Candace's voice like before. It's so much worse now.
What's worse?
Quite rough. Candace's voice.
I'd rather listen to Gilbert Gottfried making love to an apple pie than listen to Candace Owens' voice.
Dude, I swear, you know that new little emoji they came out with the bug eyes off to the side? Y'all already know what I'm saying. It was definitely modeled after her. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One thing I like about the debate is that it's kind of like a closure. I mean, we got the Tyler Robinson court going on. He'll plead arraignment soon. But at the beginning of all of this, when Charlie Kirk just got assassinated, a lot of us didn't know like what was going on, and we were just trying to find answers. And a lot of internet sleuths. And then after a while, we started getting the bigger picture. But even at the beginning, there was a lot of argument between different sides. Um, and it's good to see a lot of us vindicated on that too. So I just think, a lot of us had the same opinions as each other from the very beginning. And to see the conclusions now with Candace Owens debate, and then now with the actual case.
Yeah. And it's important to know when you're talking about investigating, right? So Sippy and I, we are citizen investigators. We don't investigate murders, but we do investigate things. And it's really, really, really important that you have proof of your claims.
Really? You sure?
We don't put out anything that we can't provide a receipt for.
The only proof I'm interested in is the still out back.
Well, how about this? We don't put out anything as fact that we can't prove.
Right. Like, but I made a joke post last night. Find it. Thoughts and feelings can guide you in an investigation, but they're not evidence. I hope that helps. And that's true. Thoughts and feelings can guide you, but you can't just go, I just feel it in my gut that this happened, and and just paint that as fact. It doesn't work that way. The latest investigation that we've been working on with the judge in Mississippi, it started out with like a gut feeling that something was off.
And I was like, I need to see this mayor's life, basically.
And now it has progressed into there's a high probability that she doesn't even live in the state. Or they're not the judge, but the mayor doesn't even live in the state. And she appointed this judge, and it would invalidate her mayorship, the judge appointment, all of that.
There is a slight update on that too that I have not put out really publicly. That is the Mississippi Secretary of State DM'd me back. I DM'd him basically everything we had, like confirmed or unconfirmed. But I told him, like, we've confirmed this, we haven't confirmed this. Like, we have a lot more stuff that we haven't put out, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So he responded with, we've been digging, working with the Arkansas Secretary of State to confirm and comparing voter files. That is from the Mississippi Secretary of State.
Because, so with Arkansas, so Mississippi's voter stuff is not public record without like request. You can't just search it up. You can for a lot of it in Arkansas. In Arkansas, you need first name, last name, date of birth. Okay, public information. So you can go in, you can look. It does not show if they voted, specifically if they voted in an election. It only shows if they voted in it with an absentee ballot or a provisional ballot. So if they didn't use either of those, so if they voted in person, it's not going to show in that public information. So we can't say for sure that she voted there, but we can say she's registered to vote there. And she didn't do an absentee ballot, so she didn't have it mailed to her P.O. box in Mississippi.
Didn't have an absentee ballot mailed to a P.O. box anyways, I don't think.
Well, she also didn't have it mailed to one of her friends' houses either. So, or if she did, she didn't submit it, right?
Yeah.
Bruce, are you accepting mail-in ballots again?
So, but then she's also got that homestead.
Yeah.
Registration.
Claiming homestead exemption in Arkansas.
So, I mean, there's enough evidence to bring it into question.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is what we did.
Yeah, we're not saying she absolutely lives in Arkansas. She does not live in Mississippi, because we can't actually prove that. We have enough to say, this is weird. Someone that has the ability to should look into it.
And now somebody that has the ability to is looking into it. So.
Right. But it's different than there's records of Egyptian planes landing and taking off around the time Charlie was killed. So I think Egypt did it. That's not how it works.
No.
You have to actually be able to connect the dots.
You got that wrong. You got that wrong. The Egyptian
By
plane
Egyptian
was
airplanes, do you mean UFOs?
That was how she came to the conclusion of France was involved.
Oh, that's right. It was France with their Egyptian planes.
And they used Israeli guns. And Israeli mind control
Egyptian
guns.
planes, you mean UFOs, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm really surprised she didn't try to blame it on aliens.
They park them under the pyramid things.
Underneath the Sphinx.
Oh, that's what the pyramids are for.
No, it's not
they
in
store
the
their
Sphinx.
UFOs.
Yeah, that's where they store the UFO, and they
They're
fly
oddly
them
shaped
in the
garages.
Sphinx's exit only sign. It's a big ploy.
Now I just imagine Egyptian planes just shooting out the back end of the Sphinx.
Or inside.
Oh, I love you, Lou. You're great. Oh.
Going up to Pussy's pussy. Say what?
Whoa. Unless it has a human face, then it's a little weird. You know?
A little bit.
So there was one thing that was brought up in the debate, and I think it was a little slip from Candace. I think she outed Joe Kent as her source for a lot of things.
I've heard that too.
You did. Yeah.
And it really makes me wonder, because the times that she was making those claims, talking about like 12 Israeli phones. One, what's an Israeli phone?
Yeah.
Was it made in Israel? Is it belonging to someone from Israel? Like, what is an Israeli phone?
It collects money from people, is what it does.
But like, she got that information from Joe Kent while he was still
bedazzled with diamonds.
Counterterrorism. So that makes me wonder if he broke security clearance by feeding her information.
Wouldn't shock me if he did.
I mean, he already had to like quit in disgrace, which really disappointed me, because when he got appointed to that position, I was really excited because I liked him. And then, like, what the hell, Truth?
It wasn't me.
No, it came through your microphone. Literally everybody else is muted.
It was me.
I had no idea.
It was me. I didn't realize I had it feeding back. Yeah.
Jeez. I was like, what the hell? But I mean, the fact that that Joe Kent wanted to be involved in the investigation, he had no reason, right? There was no reason to have the Center for Counterterrorism brought in on a domestic thing like this. Like, it made no sense whatsoever. There was already, but he was asking to get brought in. They'd already, had Tyler Robinson in custody. It doesn't make any sense. But for some reason, that's part of why it's Fed slop, is because they wouldn't let Joe Kent be part of the investigation.
Wasn't he a Fed in the first place?
I mean, he was military.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even like the FBI's involvement was really minimal in this. They provided resources like, the fingerprint lab, and the ATF did the ballistics and stuff like that. The DNA was federal government stuff, and then Cash did the press conferences. That is the gist of the federal government's involvement in this case. They were not investigators. The two primary investigators were from the Utah State Bureau of Investigations. They're not federal. It's not a federal case. So I don't understand why, one, the term Fed slop is stupid because it's not federal. And two, the federal government really wasn't involved in the investigation.
Remember, it's
They
all
provided
Fed
resources.
resources.
But I mean, like, using the FBI, forensic labs and stuff like that, state cases, you do that all the time. This is not a special occasion for it. It's all the time.
Well, the Candace call's pretty special. What I've seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very special.
Very much
Very,
so.
very special.
Why wasn't it a federal investigation? Why was it the state and not federal?
Because it wasn't federal crime.
Yeah. There
It was
was
a state
no
crime.
nothing happened across state lines or anything like that. Like, if Tyler Robinson was in Nevada and came to Utah to commit the crime, then it would become federal because it's crossing state lines. But it's not. Does not qualify for a federal case. I hope that makes sense.
I was told to do not Google facelift for testicles.
Isn't that a ball lift?
That sounds like a strong play. Don't Google that.
It said, thank me later. I don't know.
I mean, were you going to be Googling that to begin with?
No.
Did you really need that
I would
warning?
never.
I
I've
mean,
never even
if
thought
you're going to
about
tell
that.
me not to, that means I want to. So,
I know.
I mean, come on.
I mean, I imagine if you Google it, just Mark Kelly's face shows up. So,
Yeah.
dude's either an alien or had a really badly done facelift.
So did Candace bring up the whole "see you in Valhalla" shit that Cash said?
The cat shed.
Cash said, "See you in Valhalla."
See you in Valhalla. Yeah, I mean, what about it? That's a pretty common thing to say, actually.
I agree.
It is a common. Yeah. I don't remember him directly saying it, but it is a pretty common phrase to use.
Especially among military members and law enforcement.
Yeah. Because
Valhalla freak out about it.
Are you sure they didn't say, "I see you, Valhalla"?
For anyone not familiar with what Valhalla is, I would imagine most people are, but the Vikings believe that they went to Valhalla. It was their version of heaven. That you only went if you died in battle. You had to have an honorable death like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't just anybody got to go to Valhalla. You had to die on the battlefield.
Troy was definitely honorable. He was a good man.
Absolutely. And he was definitely fighting a battle.
Yeah.
So it absolutely makes sense for him to have said that.
No, I agree. That's why crazy how the cult is freaking out about it.
Oh yeah, of course they are. Because he didn't believe in Valhalla. He was a Christian. It doesn't fucking matter.
Not at all.
Valhalla's not real anyway.
Whoa. You don't know.
I'll tell a Norse person that.
I'm Christian. I can tell you without a doubt that Valhalla is not real.
You don't know. Can you prove it?
No.
Well, yeah, the Bible said so.
The Bible doesn't ever mention Valhalla, so.
Does it not mention Valhalla?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I have to follow the Candace rules here. Absence of evidence means it's true. My bad.
Oh, dude, I was asked to give.
According to Candace, evidence still doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
I was asked to give positive evidence that Tyler Robinson did not shoot. I think that's what it
Proof is
was.
only a word that's on alcohol. That's it. That's the only thing that proof means.
She's allowed to think. Remember that.
Hey,
I don't know if she can think, but she's allowed to try.
I'm gonna pull this up real quick to make sure.
I don't understand why she continued on with the debate after it was reported that he was thinking about coming out and pleading. Like, well, no, he did come out and say that, yeah, I did it, but I didn't do this, this, and this. Like, I didn't intend to kill anybody else, so this charge should be taken away. And I didn't intend to do this, so this charge should be taken away. But I definitely did it. Like, why did you even continue on with the debate after that?
Right. So I want you to listen to this fucking question I got asked. I just want y'all to listen to it and then tell me this person doesn't know what positive evidence means. She said, do you have, I guess it's a she, it looks like a she. Do you have positive evidence that Candace did not send an email to Tulsi's office? What y'all think about that for a minute? Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Right? Do you have positive evidence that Candace did not send an email to Tulsi's office?
Fantastic. Okay.
Actually, what had happened was...
well, it's just... You can't have positive evidence of a negative. That's negative evidence.
Oh. Just because I hit send doesn't mean I sent it. AOL sent it.
Yeah.
Sippy, what do they say in math? You can't prove a what?
Can't prove a negative, right?
You can't prove a negative. That might be science. I don't know.
Science, but yeah.
It's a science. Yeah.
Science, bitch.
Either way, I knew what you meant.
In math, you can't prove a negative?
Yeah. Hey, okay.
There's a reason you're a trucker. I get it.
It's been a long.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I'm pretty smart. Okay. But
the absence of truth is a lie. The absence of truth is a lie.
I found who did Ilhan Omar's taxes. It was Jay.
No, because I'd have got it right. I'm actually really good with numbers, actually. My friends call me the numbers guy.
Well, you know, truckers have to be good with numbers. Their job is numbers outside of driving.
But you can have negative evidence. I mean, you can technically prove a negative because you can have negative evidence. You can have proof that this did not happen, you know, like I know
that's not negative. That's still evidence. It's not negative evidence. It's
yes, it's negative evidence.
You can have an affirmative claim that has a negative in it, but that is not an affirmative claim, so there's no way to prove it.
I know.
Right. Like it's you can't.
No, I'm aware.
Talking about Karl Popper's falsifiability. Whether something is falsifiable or not.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you guys listened to the whole debate because I stopped listening to it after she called him a patsy for like the third time.
We streamed it and did live commentary on it.
They had to.
Sorry.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
It was rough.
It was rough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, she got her numbers, man, because I looked it up. It was like it was his channel only had like 25,000, and then her channel was right underneath it. It had like 190,000 at one point. I was like, Jesus fuck, man, she got a lot of people enjoying the thing.
You talking about Andrews?
Yeah, and at the time that I was watching it might have went up or down after I left. But at the time I was watching it, when I typed it in on YouTube, it came up like all I did was typed in Andrew Wilson debate, and the first two channels that popped up were his and hers. And his had 20,000 watching, and hers had 190,000 watching. So I was like, well, yep, she's getting her numbers at least.
If you look at how many followers they have in comparison, how many followers does she have on YouTube?
I don't know, but Andrews,
that's very true.
Andrews ended up with 419,000 views altogether.
So Candace has 6 million subscribers.
Right.
Andrew has 370,000.
Oh. Oh, okay. So
if you compare those numbers,
yeah,
he was doing really, really fucking well.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, very true. I didn't think of it that way.
And then you had plenty of people watching on Patrick Bet David's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I watched. You talking about the moderator guy?
Yeah. We'll call him a quote unquote moderator. Dude wasn't moderating shit.
He's got just shy of 3 million.
Yeah, I've seen the memes.
He actually wasn't moderating.
I give Patrick Bet David a lot of credit because every moderator for any YouTuber debate just gets shit on anyway. And he knew the audience size that was going to come in. He had to know going in that he was just going to get dumped on no matter what happened. So, I mean, I'm not saying he did good or bad or otherwise.
He wasn't doing a good job. He just wasn't.
Again, I don't disagree, but having the stones to go in and do it so that they could get it done, somebody had to. So my hat's off to him for that, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Declining fact checks takes him down quite a few notches, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He declined fact checks.
I think her filibuster
declined to bring them up.
There were fact checks that Andrew's team submitted that he declined.
Like declined to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. E was in a space yesterday, or day before yesterday, and he was saying that there was probably 3 times as many fact checks that were like exactly counter to what she was saying. And then in one of the breaks, he was telling him that he couldn't bring up everything because it wouldn't be fair.
They literally both had teams to do fact checks. It's
how long did they go? How long did they go?
3 hours and something.
Damn, $100,000 an hour, huh?
I mean, the simple fact that there were so many more fact checks available to Andrew's team versus Candace's really tells you something.
Mm-hmm.
Is either Candace's team sucks at fact checking, or there's not much to fact check.
Right.
I wonder if they were like
tons of stuff to fact check against Candace.
I don't know. They might have been sending shit too. You know, they might have been sending like, I feel like this is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I'm allowed to think this.
You can't tell me how to answer the questions. This isn't a debate. Shut up, dumb bitch. Yes, it is a debate. You just got paid $300,000 to do a debate. She actually said that, by the way.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing. I don't know her exact words, but I think it was pretty damn close.
What, that it wasn't a debate?
Yep.
Yeah, once Andrew started questioning her on her stuff, she's like, well, this isn't a debate. And she's like, it's a conversation. And it's like, no, it's literally a debate.
He signed a contract for a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have a moderator for a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, she's so dumb.
She thinks she's in mediation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the debate. If I was her or her team, I'd have told her, okay, listen, the guys come out and admitted it in court, basically. So like, this debate is over. You need to step away. And I was getting attacked by Sarah's people on her Facebook profile because when I saw the report that she put out that what he was wanting to fight as far as like the other charges, like endangering children and shit like that. I'm like, wait, so he actually admitted to it? And people were like, he's admitted it 3 different times. I'm like, no, he's admitted it in court on the record in front of a judge.
His defense team did. Yeah, basically.
Right. Well, that's when I say him, I mean his defense team.
Yeah. Well, his defense team's garbage. Because all they had to do is
I don't think so. I think the complete opposite. I think they're despicable for like dragging it out as long as they have. But I mean, they're doing their fucking job flawlessly.
All they had to do was put allegedly, or the state has identified him as this. They literally said, Mr. Robinson walking up and down the stairs with a gun in his pants.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's actually what they said in their briefing.
Dude. Oh, you can't tell me that was
That was the briefing for the challenge of the state for the death penalty, correct?
Yes.
For them to challenge
take
the
off
charges to try to get to not have a bind over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get the aggravated part away from the murder part, basically.
And then they also included the text messages or portions of the text messages, which is State's Exhibit 16.1. It's like 18 pages of text message transcripts. And in those text messages that the defense has now used, which they can't use them and then try to argue that they're fake later, right? And in those text messages, including where the parts they used, Tyler's admitting it. Because Twiggs asks him, is there any chance that you don't go to prison? And Tyler says, not likely. And then, they don't include the part before where
and I just
he
want
said he did it and how well his granddad's gun worked.
I just want everybody to know I was fucking asleep when this shit dropped, and then Jinx and Sarah are texting, like making my phone vibrate so damn much that I woke up at 3:00 in the morning.
I say that's my husband's. I did blame my husband for that text exchange starting. But in reality, it was actually me.
It was. Because, I know. I went back.
Well, Andrew asked for the document. And so I told my husband to ask Sarah if she had it or if she knew how to get it. Because I hadn't looked into it because I was doing other stuff. So technically it's my fault. But
yes, it's 100% your fault. It's always your fault.
No, I'm going to blame
Andrew.
Always your fault. He's the one that asked for it first.
Always your fault. Anyways, all I know is I was woken up at 3:00 in the fucking morning, and I was like, "What?"
Always playing the blue hair.
Like my phone was just.
Well, like, that's your fault for having vibrate turned on.
I have vibrate turned on just in case there's like a half-ass emergency and somebody's trying to get a hold of me. I can actually know it.
This was an emergency. They dropped the briefing. Emergency.
Yeah. But either way it goes.
But I like how you were woken up by that, but then you stayed up and read it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to get woken up at fucking 3 a.m, I'm at least going to get something out of it. So I read the whole damn thing, and I'm like, did y'all see? Y'all saw my post from that. I'm like, the state's response to this should just be everything that guy said is retarded. Yeah. That should literally be the official response from the state.
Yep.
Hold on. What should the state's response be again?
Everything that guy just said is retarded. I'm telling you, dude.
When is that dropping?
2 days.
2 days, yeah.
Let's go.
So I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for that.
Oh.
In order to create an account on this thing to look at the files, you had to like pay ahead $10, and then the search costs you money, and then downloading copies costs you money. So you just have like money just like sitting.
At least you won't have to worry about waking me up when the state's response drops.
If you're lucky.
No, I won't even be asleep.
I guess that's true.
I'll be sitting at the courthouse probably.
It'll end up being like late at night probably.
I'm aware. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna end up being at the damn courthouse at like 1:00 in the morning.
Hey, I do got a question off topic, but kind of still on topic. It's about a court case. What's with this chick that's on trial for murdering her 3 kids, and like, why does she have a support system? Like, why is she being publicly supported? Because I see both sides. I see obviously the normal side saying that this bitch is crazy and she deserves to rot underneath the prison, and then I see the other side. Go ahead.
Oh, you're talking about the Clancy case, right? That woman waited for her husband to leave and then murdered her 3 children.
Yeah, but why does she have? I guess you call them fan girls and boys. Like, why?
From what
women are retarded.
That too, yes. But from what I've gathered is all women, by the way, all women are retarded. But from what I have gathered is she had like postpartum, and a lot of people feel bad for her for having postpartum. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You killed your kids. I don't care.
And a lot of the vocal supporters on
apparently, and yeah, it was a
vocal
shit show.
Hold on. A lot of the vocal supporters on X are Candace cultists.
Yeah, that's what I'm not understanding. Like I saw one post. It was, I forget who posted it. It's someone that we all of us have probably watched. Matt Walsh. He said that she deserves, she's the he that's how I found out about it, because he was talking about how I guess she strangled her kids one by fucking one, which is just absolute insanity to me. I was telling how she's deserved rot in prison, blah 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 blah. And then I see another post, couple posts down, and it's like, we are all, and I can't think of her name right now. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, wait a minute. They're talking about the chick that just murdered 3 of her children? They're saying that they're her? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I can safely say that I did not murder my children.
Have you ever wanted to?
No.
No, good.
So you're going to see a lot of this probably for the next year or more. It's just going to be popular to back people that the state is like trying for murder. It gets a lot of traction online. Obviously, people found out kind of with the Luigi Mangione guy, and then it's Charlie Kirk, and now this woman. It's going to be, if there's any murder case that makes it to the mainstream, everybody's just going to back the person that is the defendant.
Yeah, but come on, man. We all remember Casey Anthony, and it was like we all united as a country that, okay, bitch, you are evil and you did it, and we were all mad when she was found not guilty. However, I was in Iraq when that verdict dropped, and I was the one that was saying they're gonna find this bitch innocent. Watch, and I was the only one that called it, but we all hated her because it was like, okay, even if you didn't kill your child, you still did an unthinkable thing by not reporting it and going out and partying it up and having a good life. But even if you didn't do it, but we all hated her, and yet there was no one supporting her like I see with this chick, and it just blows my mind, because it's like, okay, yeah, I can understand women. You want to talk about postpartum. Y'all don't understand postpartum depression, but not everyone that has postpartum depression is murdering 3 of their children, all 3 of their children, one by one.
Well,
they next to each other. That's crazy.
I think she was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis, is what it was. But like she was hearing voices and shit.
Yeah, come on, man.
But she did tell a doctor that or some shit. I think that's why she's got supporters, I guess. Like, because she was trying to tell, but she couldn't.
We can all sympathize with the fact that she was maybe struggling mentally, but there's certain things that you just don't do, and there's certain things that are unforgivable. And murdering not 1, not 2, but all 3 of your children. I don't care if you are hearing voices. Like, you were a sane person at one point. Like, it's just hard for me to fathom that, and the fact that she's got support, it just blows my mind, man. It really does.
Do the crazy thing and chain yourself to your therapist's door or something. Like, do that crazy thing. Don't murder people.
Right.
Like, when have we ever supported the killer because they had a mental break?
Ever? Never.
We haven't done it with Irina Zarutska. That guy was clearly off his fucking rocker because he's not even.
But he was let go again, wasn't he? Or whatever, put in a hospital instead of jail.
Well, yes, because he's unfit for trial.
That's essentially let go. That's essentially let go. So.
Well, and you know who did
no, because like there are people that will go into like a mental facility. They don't call them asylums anymore, but they'll go into a mental facility and they'll get retested to see if they're fit to stand trial. That's pretty actually normal for someone that's not mentally fit to stand trial.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he's walking the streets, right? The guy who killed Irina, he's not walking the street. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. No, he's definitely institutionalized somewhere. It's just not in jail where he belongs.
Yeah, he's in a damn hospital getting like good treatment and stuff. He needs to be making big rocks into little rocks, or actually, I'd be okay with just not supporting his existence anymore.
Oh, I agree.
Electric chairs.
But we don't support those people. Even still, like, oh, it sucks. Yeah, you had a mental disorder, but
Oh, no,
I mean,
we
come on,
support
dude.
them. We
Come
support
on,
them when
bro.
we don't give them the death penalty. We support them.
Financially.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's very true. Very true.
Dude,
It just
why-
blows my mind, man. Like I could never fathom. Like, and you guys said that she waited until her husband left. Like, oh my god, as a man, I would be myself. Like, how did you not kill your wife? Because that right there, in my opinion, like if I was a jury on his hypothetical case, if he came home, saw what she did, and then murdered her, I'd be like, I can't find this dude guilty.
You know what was
Because
actually the precursor for all of this, pro, defendant stuff. It started with the crazy chicks that married convicted killers, like serial killers in prison.
yeah,
Because I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Shannon Watts case.
I am.
So her husband Chris Watts killed her and her children and buried them in the desert. So he's now getting married to a woman while he's in prison.
Yep.
These people are fucking nuts.
Why are women crazy?
Oh, you murdered your wife and children? I want to marry you. What?
Well,
what
dude,
the fuck is wrong with you?
How many times did Charles Manson, how many conjugal visits did that dude get the whole time he was in prison? How many times did he get married while he was in prison for brutally murdering, 3-4 people?
Technically, he didn't directly murder
He
them.
didn't do it, but he,
I just don't
directed his
know.
cult members
He
to do
directed
it.
them to it.
I just don't know, like, how conjugal visits are even allowed for fucking killers.
Well, I don't think they are anymore, but back in the 60s and 70s, that was a wild, wild
Jay, one of the things that you brought up, you remember Daniel Tosh from like the late 90s, early 2000s?
Of course, Tosh Point out. I love that show.
Do you remember his bit about there's no excuse for domestic violence? But what if you come home and your wife has drowned one of your children and she's holding the second one underground? Can you pop her then?
I would find it would be very hard for me to convict a guy in that situation, or a woman, because you never know. A woman could come home to her husband murdering, their kids. So it would be very hard for me to say, you know what? No, that they guilty. No, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be like, no, because I would do the same shit. Like, oh, you just murdered my 3 babies? Well, guess what, bitch? You about to go with them because I'm killing your ass, right? But I can't say, we can't make fun of women because without making fun of men for doing the same shit. Because hello, I'm pretty sure there's a man in this room right now who looked at Jodi Arias and was like, man, you a crazy bitch, but you hot as hell. Because I know I did. I was watching that case with like a hawk, boy, because I was like, man, she's hot as hell. She's crazy.
But would you marry her while she's in prison?
No, not while she's in prison, no. And I wouldn't marry her because I'd be afraid that she'd cut my
Jay wants him. Jay wants him some Amber Heard action.
Hey Jay, let's be honest. All women are crazy.
You said what?
Said all women are crazy. It's got to find the kind of crazy you can deal with.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a crazy chick, but like,
there's a lot wrong with
I've been with my fair share of crazy chick. My now ex-wife, because I just signed the divorce papers on Saturday, but she was crazy. But that was why I married her, because she was crazy. But she wasn't like, hey, I'll find you type crazy. She wasn't that kind of crazy.
Yeah,
she was just a little crazy.
Women are crazy. It depends on the degree.
You bring up Jodi Arias. That's funny because I've seen a fair amount of memes talking about how Luigi Mangione and Jodi Arias can just like hook up now and be a murder power couple.
Oh man. Oh, what's with this whole fucking Nancy Mace thing, dude? She's all over my damn feed just because she got tattoos. I don't even think
people are hating on her for it, man. I love a chick with tattoos. I'm sorry. I completely disagree with anybody who's like, women should have tattoos. Nah, they make them. I'm sorry. I love women with tattoos.
Well, I mean, maybe not these tattoos because they look like a 12-year-old did them, but, I don't know if you've seen her tattoos.
I didn't even know she had tattoos, but,
Well, because she normally wears a pantsuit. So,
yeah, she always
normally covering it. Yeah, but now she just.
I was just can you imagine the tattoos that Hillary Clinton's got? Would you say you love tattoos then?
Oh man, don't
Bro,
ruin
she's
it
probably
for me,
got
dude.
the little
Got
counters.
tramp stamp.
She got them little fucking just the tick marks for all the bodies she's dropped.
Oh yeah, like the Batman villain or whatever, just the hash marks all over
Like,
from the 56 people that she's had killed.
like who was it from Black Warmonger? Is that what his name was on Black Panther? Fucking yeah, all the ticks on his
maybe.
body. Yeah. Damn it, dude. Now we gotta talk about someone else because now all I got in my head right now is Hillary Clinton with fucking tattoos, but we gotta figure I gotta get in there with him. Jody Arias. Jody Arias, baby. Yeah, let's get the Jody Arias.
Yes, let's go back to fucking psycho
Now, Jay,
bitch.
Hillary has a tramp stamp. Where'd you see that?
Did y'all hear about the tattoo that Whoopi got on her hand?
No, that's worse. That's worse. My eyes. I'm gonna need bleach, bro. I'm gonna need bleach.
She literally got what? It wasn't Whoopi, was it?
I don't know. It was one of them tattooed they on.
Yeah, it was
on the
Rosie
hand.
O'Donnell, wasn't it? I thought it was Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah, it was Rosie. Yes. Correct.
Oh god.
Tattooed they because she kept forgetting her kids' pronouns. Because she kept forgetting her kids' pronouns, so she tattooed they on her hand, on her wrist or whatever.
Ugh, I'm about to vomit. Ugh.
Here,
with her wrinkly skin. Ugh. I literally just shivered. Ugh.
A good shiver.
Jody Arias. Okay, I'm good.
Let me see if I can think of somebody else that's disgusting with tattoos. Hold on.
No. Okay, let me rephrase. There's nothing better than a hot chick or a fairly decent looking chick or just not Hillary Clinton or Rosie O'Donnell with tattoos.
So what do we think about what do we think about Dean Withers and his little I don't even know if is it rape allegations against women or men? I'm not really sure.
Probably men.
I think it genuinely is both, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he came out and said that he has no proof or like something like that. But aren't we supposed to believe all victims?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like by his own words, shouldn't we believe them?
I mean, yeah, because he calls Trump a rapist all the time.
I mean, Dean Withers, his own words are, if you don't want to get accused of rape, don't rape people. So,
well, Dean, want to respond?
Yeah, you make the rules, man. We just play the game.
Crickets. Cricketing. It'd be cricketing.
Nobody wants to come to his defense? All right, well. I'll do the best I can. I think false rape allegations are one of the worst things that you can do. And if they're false, I hope the person gets their comeuppance. But it could not have happened to a better guy.
Agreed.
Harry Sisson. Crickets.
Yeah, I think he had his own trouble. I think the biggest thing with the Dean one is he was in some stream with Parker, and even Parker wouldn't say no, he didn't do it, which is
Didn't he start crying on his stream? Did I see that right?
I've seen a couple clips where he's crying, texting somebody on his phone after somebody brought it up in the live broadcast. Yeah.
What a fucking cuck. I'm sorry. I don't use that term a lot. But that dude is an absolute. I'm gonna cry. Dude. Oh my god. The state of masculinity today is just so sad. So sad. I'm gonna cry over an allegation. I need tissues. I need my safe space. Bro, your grandpa is probably ashamed of you. I'm just saying.
Truth to it, why are you crying? Crickets.
Did y'all see that? Just because the subject kind of dies off every time we talk about it. Jinx, I think I saw you posted something about it, but did you see that Project Constitution asshole? Did y'all see that she posted getting trolled by Jake Rattlesnake?
We talked about it at the beginning. It was
okay. I wasn't here. I wasn't here at the very beginning.
We didn't talk about it. We Sippy Truth and I were talking about it in pre-show when we were getting ready. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So anyone that
this
doesn't
is Project Booger Eater. Hang on, Project Booger Eater. Just saying. All right.
I call him Project Constipation. But
yeah, he also eats. He also eats boogers on stream. It's really weird.
There you go. Throw it up in the jumbo. Okay, so Jake Rattlesnake is part of the Crucible team, and he went undercover as a whistleblower that he was going to expose Andrew Wilson. And the things that he was coming up with, he was talking about how like Andrew's MK Ultra, like that's why he like got out of the military, is because they pulled him out and MK Ultra'd him, and all these ridiculous things. Like he smokes menthol cigarettes when no one's watching because that's actually what he likes and not regular cigarettes. Like it was just bizarro, weird ass stuff. And then,
I just don't see what's wrong with menthol. I smoke menthol. I'm just saying.
They're gross. They're disgusting. I hate them. So so this whole time, like Project Constitution's like hanging on like to every word that Jake is saying. Jake's got like a shirt tied around his face, like as a mask. And the fact that he couldn't tell who he was with this freaking Australian accent is partially what kills me. And also the fact that he didn't vet his quote unquote whistleblower at all. And so Jake reveals himself by he's pulling off the shirt while he's singing Afternoon Delight. And he's just like clapping and singing. It was just so funny. And but his Project Constitution's audience was just eating it up. They're just like, oh my gosh. And Project Constitution said that he thought that Eric Kirk was also MK Ultra, just all this ridiculous stuff. And it was so bad that Project Constitution stopped his stream, deleted it, and then started a new one that was only 15 minutes long. It was just so good. So I put the post up in the jumbo. The first reply to it is mine with the link to Jake Rattlesnake's YouTube with it, and it's from the very beginning. It's how the stream starts, and it's absolute gold.
I'll make sure to watch it.
Oh,
I just can't believe, he had a fucking shirt tied on his face, and it wasn't even a good tied shirt. It was just kind of like, around his face.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I mean, the fact that he called himself Mr. Coombe should have given it away if you have any familiarity with Andrew at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just gold. Absolute gold.
Isn't that what
he looks like a dork in the first place.
Isn't that what the cartoons are called?
Oh, that's one of the miniseries.
Yeah.
The Legion of Coombe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the songs are called Coombe tunes, I think.
Yeah.
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 He's not a very bright one.
There is a new cartoon coming out, by the way. New cartoon dropping tomorrow.
I saw that from the black guy and the white guy.
Mr. Black and Mr. White.
Hey, did y'all see that they're kind of infighting? And I think Project Constipation, kind of the whole Unfuck America thing. Did you see those text messages?
No.
Oh, that he's like in contact with Z at Unfuck America, and they're like beefing internally, and like the lieutenants of the Candace cult are all like infighting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. But the fact that Candace is connected to the Unfuck America tour, because like she's quote posted Destiny, she's been quote posting Z, and Destiny did speaking engagements with Unfuck America tour. I don't know how connected he is now. I think he cut ties with it, but Z, it's hers. It's her pack funds it. And
and
Charlie,
ActBlue.
Well, yes. Well, her PAC funds it. Her PAC is funded by ActBlue. And then, her other business is also funded by her PAC, which is funded by ActBlue.
Jinx did a nice little expose on her. Yeah, I should go look at it.
Probably find that too. So where was I going with this? Oh, so when Charlie died, Destiny was streaming, and Z got on chat with him, voice chat, and was telling Destiny that they're fucked. Why? Why would Charlie dying be bad for the Unfuck America tour?
Good question.
They didn't need Charlie to be going around to college campuses spreading their communist propaganda.
Not at all. So why would that ruin Destiny of all people?
Mm-hmm. It's a really good question.
Because he, in my opinion, sounds like he's behind it almost, in my opinion.
I mean...
Oh, you mean like ActBlue?
No proof at all. Just a feeling.
I have a feeling that maybe Candace is behind it. If I can't have him, no one can.
We got our feelings.
But am I gonna try to put that out as fact? No, because there's no fucking evidence of it. I put it up in the jumbo, my expose on Z, for anyone that wants to read it. And like any other expose we put out, there are receipts included. Not even all the receipts. I have way more receipts. I just put out the minimum to, prove the case. But yeah. Yep. So it's very interesting.
Just asking questions.
Everything always seems to be connected in some way, shape, or form. Every single time Sippy and I do some sort of investigation, we find that it's not cut and dry. There's a web. Sometimes the web is a small web. Other times it's a really big web. So.
It's all connected.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, cut down the web one screen at a time.
Could that all be connected with any like trans cults
or furries?
I mean, we haven't seen any evidence of it, but we also haven't seen all of the evidence because they don't have to give all of the evidence at a preliminary hearing.
Wasn't Twig a furry?
I mean,
yeah, Twigs was a furry. Yes.
Yeah, trans furry. Yeah, and that was one of the things that people were saying that Andrew lost the debate the moment that he said 75 to 85% sure that Tyler did it, because they are thinking that he should have beyond a reasonable doubt, but we're not at that stage of proceedings. 75 to 85% is enough for probable cause, which is what we're at right now. You don't need absolute certainty. So that 75 to 85% is not an automatic losing the debate.
I'm close.
It is saying there's still more evidence to be seen at trial to get to that 100%.
I mean, when he started the debate, he even opened up like, "Hey, I'm not arguing the facts of the case. I'm not arguing the evidence. I'm arguing why I feel that the evidence holds up."
Yeah. And I mean, the evidence does hold up right now because I mean, they try to say, but the bullet doesn't match the gun. It's not that it doesn't match the gun. It's that they can't prove if it does or doesn't. That's what inconclusive means. There's enough markers to say that it could have come from that gun, and enough markers missing saying that it may not have. So, I mean, I saw the pictures of them lining up the ballistics and everything, and there are quite a few markers that match. So, and then it did also match, type of bullet matched the rest of the bullets that Tyler Robinson had. Can they say that it came from the exact same box? No. But there's a good chance that it did. So there's enough there for probable cause, and then we'll get more evidence at trial, because like they have a list in the court documents of all of the evidence, and it's more than what was shown in the preliminary hearing or provided in the preliminary hearing. And then they'll also call a lot more witnesses. So like Lance Twiggs will come and he'll come in person for the trial. They didn't require him to come for the preliminary because he didn't need to come for the preliminary. His recorded statement with them, identifying Tyler Robinson in the pictures, where he had specifically said, it does look like Tyler Robinson, especially those last two. Those definitely look like Tyler Robinson, or those definitely look like him. We have positive ID from his boyfriend that he lives with, right?
Yeah.
So, but they don't need to have Lance on the stand in a preliminary hearing for probable cause. The video is enough. So we'll also have more witnesses in general that we haven't heard from. My understanding, based on news articles I've read and like research I've done, is that the prosecution will be calling Tyler Robinson's parents to the stand. So that will be really big. Honestly, that could be that nail in the coffin kind of thing. So
did they make Tyler turn himself in?
In Tyler's text messages, he says that he's willingly turning himself in.
Oh, wow.
Now, they may have encouraged it, but he still had to willingly turn himself in.
Yeah.
They didn't drag him kicking and screaming.
Oh no.
To the police station. So.
Yeah.
In the debate, Candace Owens didn't argue that fact. They did the fact check on the text messages, and she had no rebuttal on that.
Correct. She didn't have rebuttals for very many things. Like her biggest gotcha is that Andrew couldn't name all 7 charges. But that was entirely moot. And then she wanted to nitpick him on murder versus aggravated murder.
I was stupid.
People argue, but they're two separate charges. They're 2 separate, laws.
Yeah. Only one of them's actually eligible for the death penalty. That's the difference.
Right. But I don't think it was a big enough thing to nitpick it the way that she did.
Yeah.
It'd be different if he said that it was manslaughter, right?
Murder is murder.
Yeah.
And a lot of people view it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even relevant to what they were debating. The charges didn't even matter. It wasn't even part of the prompt. It was overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk, or overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson is a patsy.
And she had no evidence for being a patsy, other than feelings, lots of feelings. Because everything was, I think. You can't tell me what to think.
I think.
Not my daddy.
Intuition, right?
I feel. Yeah.
She called it intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but intuition doesn't count as evidence. It's supposed to guide you, not be the ending point. So.
I thought it was hilarious when she brought up the Ranger Crawl video, saying like, yeah, I got the video, but so my sources must be like good.
God. Yeah, I remember watching a Steven Carter video making fun of that crawl. Like, it doesn't look like a real military crawl to me. Well, Crowder is hopeful thing.
Oh man, I was about to let that account up that was requesting.
He's still down in the laser lobby.
Oh, let him up.
You can look me up.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, I approved it.
Oh, he's up. There we go.
Okay.
That's why he disappears, because Truth took care of it. All three of us were looking at him.
Yeah.
Because I could see Sippy looking into him on the stream, and I was looking at him.
Well, I was curious to find out if you guys were decided on who won the debate. Like, is there a consensus going on, or?
Oh, Andrew definitely won. Objectively, Andrew won.
Okay, so I disagree. Okay, is there a reason that you believe that Andrew won? I like Andrew Wilson. I like him a lot. But is there a reason you believe he won the debate? Being that there's overwhelming evidence to convict Tyler Robinson.
Oh my God! Can I ask you a question? Can I take this one?
Yeah,
sure.
Can
I ask you a question? You're asking for overwhelming evidence that he didn't do it. What evidence that they have doesn't convince you that he didn't do it?
That he did.
No. The claim is that there is overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson.
So let's I need to clarify the claim here first. So it was a two-part claim. It was that there were the two sides. There was Andrew's side, which is overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson did it, versus Candace's side. Her claim is that there's overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson is a patsy. We do need to make sure that we are understanding that there were two separate claims on opposite sides of the coin.
Well, they would, in my opinion, they would directly follow. Like, if there is not overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson is the one who committed this murder, then it would entail that he is a patsy because he's still being convicted.
That's not how an entailment works.
Let me finish the sentence.
Okay. Yeah.
It was just that it would entail, right, that if there is not overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson committed the murder, then it would entail that he's still being convicted without overwhelming evidence, i.e., the definition of a patsy.
All right, and my question still remains: what evidence that we have seen is not overwhelming? What part of the evidence do you not consider overwhelming? Is it the DNA on the gun? Is it the video? Is it the text messages to his lover and to his family? Is it the note that was left? Is it the bullets that he carved into? That similar bullets were found at his. Is all that not overwhelming enough? Is it the fact that he said it 3 different fucking times? I did it. Is that not overwhelming enough? What part of that evidence is not overwhelming to you?
Well, we could go over that stuff, but that's not stuff that was brought up in the debate. So, like, who won the debate?
All of it was brought up in the debate.
Literally every single thing that I just said.
Yep,
the DNA what he just said was brought up multiple times.
Even though they called it fingerprints, they called it fingerprints. I don't know why they did that. It was definitely DNA.
The text messages were brought up. She said, "What's overwhelming to you?" And Andrew's response was the fact that he said he did it.
Okay, so all the things that you just named were not brought up in the debate.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were. He literally gave you a quote from the debate.
Maybe I'm wrong. Could you repeat them?
Oh, you're definitely wrong.
Could you repeat them?
Text messages.
The DNA evidence was brought up. The text messages. My bad. Go ahead. So you can go ahead and take over.
You got text messages. You got the DNA, which they called fingerprints for some odd reason, but they were talking about the DNA clearly. What was the other one? Shit, Jay. You messed me up.
The letters that he wrote, the text messages, the video.
Well,
him telling his family, and the bullets that were he engraved to shoot Charlie Kirk. They found similar bullets at the house. And Lance Twiggs. I don't know if this got brought up in the debate.
Remember, we're talking about what's in the
debate.
Hey, let him talk.
Well, like I said, like I told the group before, I only watched the first couple, like maybe 30 minutes of it because
let's see. I don't think they brought up the letters. Did they bring up the letters in the debate?
They brought up the text messages.
The text messages were brought up. The DNA was definitely brought up, but the letters were not.
The video was brought up.
Video was brought up.
I don't believe that the engravement was brought up.
Yeah, I don't. I'll give you that as well. The engraving wasn't brought up, but I just want to backtrack one step. So your entailment of Tyler Robinson is a patsy if he did not commit the murder and is on trial. A patsy would be somebody who is deliberately set up to take the fall. Correct?
I'd imagine so. Yeah, I don't know if they'd have to be.
Oh yeah, that's a very valid point. Yes.
Yeah. No. So let's.
Do they have to be? Well, do they have to be? I want to find out this distinction. Do they have to be in agreement or like aware of it, or
no? I don't think they have to be aware of it. I think you could be an unwilling patsy, but you would have to be set up to take the fall to be a patsy. That would be the stock definition for patsy. So even if Andrew's position wasn't overwhelming for you or for the viewer, he presented at least compelling evidence that he committed the murder. You would agree with that, right?
Let me see. His evidence was that
DNA.
Well, that was more like her evidence, and he rebutted it. It's more like she brought up that the DNA was
sure. Okay, admission of guilt and video then are two that he definitely brought up. So we'll say both of those then. We can take the DNA out if you don't want to qualify that. His admission of guilt and the fact that he's on video.
Well, the admission of guilt was there's two admissions of guilt that are like on the table. There's the one where it's like now I don't have all the facts on it, right? But it wasn't brought up in the debate. But there's the one where he told his father, who then he went in and he, hey, let's go bring it to the cops. And then there's the text message admission of guilt. Now, if the text message, as she claims in the debate, are not verified, only a screenshot was taken.
Sure, we can go with that. Even that's fine, because that's what a lot of people are saying is like, oh, Andrew couldn't prove that those text messages were from him, so they could have been from everybody. That's fine. Evidence to the contrary to say that he's a patsy means she would have to have evidence that those text messages came from somewhere else, or evidence that the person on video is not him, or evidence that the DNA that was on the trigger of the rifle was somebody else's, or that it was planted or something. Like, did she bring evidence that was even compelling that he was a patsy? Not argument from the gaps that Andrew didn't do a good enough job, but did she bring anything to the table that shows in a different direction?
Yes, some of the things that you brought up, in my opinion, right? Some of the things you brought up were that there ought to be DNA and fingerprint evidence on his own gun, right, that he owns. But if that should be the case, right? But if it's true that the forensic analysis determined that it was degraded, which would mean that it is not recent, then that's not.
I was going to say that's not what degraded DNA means. But you're also at the moment, and I'm not trying to beat you up by any means. You're still arguing from the gaps. There should be is not evidence. Evidence would be there's this thing that shows that Tyler Robinson wasn't there. There's this thing.
That's what I'm saying. We have the so I'm saying I think maybe we should address that. We might be fundamentally disagreeing on this. So as an American, maybe I'm brought up falsely, but you're innocent until proven guilty. The burden of proof is on the prosecution.
100% agree.
Yeah. So if their evidence that they're bringing up is degraded DNA and fingerprints on a gun that he owns, it's their burden, not Candace's or anybody else's burden.
No, you're right. To convict him, you're 100% correct. It's not her responsibility to do anything, except that's not what was happening in this debate. Her claim was there's overwhelming evidence, meaning a positive claim, that he is a patsy. That's the evidence that I want, not evidence from the gaps or arguments from the gaps, evidence that he's a patsy. So the only thing that she was able to talk about at all was, well, we have this receipt that he was at the steakhouse. And then the rebuttal immediately was that receipt is not evidentiary tied to Tyler Robinson. There's no debit card number. There's nothing. And she backed off of it very quickly. So I want to know, just for you, what evidence did she bring, positive evidence that he was not involved?
Well, that's where I'm saying I think we might fundamentally disagree. That as far as I'm concerned, like as an American, I was raised on, maybe it's false, but that you're innocent until proven guilty. So the burden of proof would be on the prosecution.
You're focusing on
I know I'm not getting the point.
On a trial, right? We're not talking about
the trial. We're talking about the debate.
We're not talking about whether or not he's guilty.
But I also believe that.
We're talking about what is it more likely that he is guilty? More likely, not that he is, but more likely based on the evidence that has been presented in the debate, or is it more likely that he is a patsy based on the evidence presented in the debate. Okay.
Yeah.
I would
So
like,
is it
I
more-
like, I mean, I could just touch on it for a second. Like in reality, I would like to see more evidence. Like in reality, and then in the debate, right? The debate would be that, like in reality, I like I'm not satisfied with that evidence in reality. But in the debate, right? If the debate is right, because it is a true dichotomy, right? That if he's not, if he's not guilty, right? Like if he literally didn't do it in reality, he didn't do it, and the reason that he didn't do it is because there's no evidence that he did it, right? That would entail that somebody's putting forth this idea that he did it without the evidence, right? That would be like the definition of a patsy. Do we disagree, or
We would disagree there. Again, it would be that he was falsely accused, but not necessarily a patsy. Again, a patsy would have to be deliberately set up. Somebody would have to be framing him for him to be a patsy. But to be falsely accused doesn't make you a patsy by default. So it's not a dichotomy. There's three options here.
that is true, right? Right, but that is true. I'm not going to disagree with that part. That there isn't. That's not a true dichotomy. That if they're wrong, then he's being set up. But it would just if they're going to force it, into the zeitgeist of the public without adequate evidence. Does it not? It doesn't entail it, right? I guess it could be overlooked and seen as some kind of just deficiency in their methodology, or deficiency in their approach. But is that likely? I don't know. I guess we could get to that. But
yeah, I don't think anybody, Andrew Wilson, any of his diehard fans, anybody else is claiming that this preponderance of evidence is enough to convict him. I think what it is this is definitely enough to get him to trial, and the 27 pages of other evidence that they have, that'll be enough to convict him.
I hope so. Like I hope that there's enough evidence, but as I'm seeing it, there's not. This is not. If this was you on the stand and there was no proof of you changing outfits, it was just as far as the debate goes, right? It's not like the total. But what was brought up in the debate, if it was just the changing of shoes and it was you on trial, and there, you're doing a lateral crawl, jumping off buildings, and the only evidence is that within the 4 days where they didn't arrest somebody, they found that he was just openly admitting through text message on like an open platform of Discord to admitting the murder. I would say this is not. I would say this guy is not being given a fair shake. I mean, this is not enough.
It was not 4 days. He was in custody the next day in the late evening.
Oh no, he was
hours of the 13th. He was in custody.
Oh, maybe was it announced? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right.
He was in custody the evening of the 11th. That's when he went in, and he was officially processed on the morning of the 13th. But
okay, I'd have to check that because I'm only recalling on my memory. Right? And my memory says to me this, right? That I want this. Whoever did this, they need to be. How have they not caught this guy? And this is just my memory, right? Like, how have they not caught this guy? 1 day went by, without an announcement. 2 days went by. We're done. We're never going to get this guy. 3 days, I could be in Africa by now. You'll never catch me. So maybe they just didn't announce it.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Authorities say Robinson was taken into custody around 11 p.m. local time on September 11th.
Yeah, they did. There was a delay in announcement, I remember, and I also remember it feeling like he was missing for a year. So I'll grant you all of that for sure.
Yeah.
And to answer your previous question, if I was in Robinson's shoes and I didn't commit this crime, but they had video of a guy that looked at least somewhat like me, and video of a car that looked like my car, and text messages from my phone, they have I'm thinking, dude, I'm fucked. I'm going to go to jail for something I didn't do, because they have enough probable cause to put me on trial, which is all the pretrial was.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, but but is that proof? I mean, is that overwhelming evidence and proof that even though you didn't do it, that you did it because there's a Toyota Camry and Converse shoes and blurry video? Is that, you feel that is overwhelming? That was the debate, right?
I think that, coupled up with the text messages from his phone and his parents being involved in him turning himself in, I think that to me is overwhelming. I don't think you need any other stuff. I mean, I think having the gun with your DNA on it, plus mom and dad said that I did it, and here's a text message of me telling another person that I did it. I think those three things probably are all you would need. Yeah. And then the more that you give a jury, they're going to crucify him.
Now I need to check into these things like on my own, right? Like I'm waiting for the like the legitimate trial to come out, right? But when I said, you know what, I'm going to disengage from all, from all the internet stuff. But when Candace comes out and when they come out and they say there's no verification, like I remember back when it was like, oh, the father turned him in with a priest, right?
Is he Reagan or is it just me?
It's
That's just you.
I remember when the headline came out that, okay, the priest or the pastor and the father said you got to turn yourself in, right? I was like, okay, that's something, right? But now if Candace brings up that that's actually not what happened. What happened was a friend of a detective said that, hey, go up to the police station and just show him it wasn't you. If that's the truth, then it's not the same as the original thought that I had that he turned himself in because, well,
So
it's just not.
He did turn himself in. So
right, but the definition of that, what I mean is turn himself in admission of guilt, or hey, I'm going to show them that, hey, I didn't do this. Here I am. Is there a distinction there?
So if you look at the defense's brief that they just filed on the 11th, okay, they include excerpts from the text messages. So that is validating the text messages. Okay. And in the portions that they included in their brief, Tyler says he's willingly turning himself in.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean guilt.
Well, no, hold on.
Yeah.
He asks, or Lance asks him if he's going to, is he going to go to prison? Tyler says it's very likely. Okay. So keep in mind, this is just the excerpts that are in the briefing. You cannot have the excerpts in the briefing for a portion of an exhibit without accepting that the entire exhibit is legitimate. Okay. So that is State's Exhibit 16.1.
What I'm saying is I think there has to be some kind of misunderstanding because he's not, there's no plea of guilty. He didn't turn himself.
Because we haven't gotten to the pleading yet. That's at the arraignment, which will happen after the preliminary hearing.
Maybe if he says I did it, that's something else. But if he maintains he didn't do it,
but in the text messages, that's the point I'm trying to get to. In the text messages, that 18 pages that make up State's Exhibit 16.1, which the defense used excerpts of in their filing, their brief, that includes him telling Lance, I did it. Granddad's gun works great. Okay. So that's all part of the same exhibit. The defense can't just pull out pieces and be like, these are legitimate text messages, but the rest aren't. They have to accept that those are legitimate.
In regards to the debate, right? Like Candace claims that there's no, that there were screenshots of that. There's no actual validation that that he wrote that, etc.
Well, so there's validation, but they don't have to release that yet. Like the state doesn't have to release that yet. They can release the metadata and all that back end data once the trial comes out. Like once they get into discovery for the trial. But right now, technically, he hasn't even been arraigned. So
correct.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So like in reality, there's one thing, right? Like in the debate, there's another thing. Who won the debate, right? And then who's going to win in reality? So if in reality, there is metadata and proof, that lines him right back to it. And then he does, right, like as a woman is saying, and he does say, listen, I did it. Like I plead guilty. That's something else. The debate, as far as who won the debate is a different topic where there is no proof of the metadata. He doesn't plead guilty. That's something else, right? So like overwhelming evidence in regards to, the debate is something other than what I'd like to see. I would love if this, I don't know if I'd say I love that this kid did it. Doesn't make great sense exactly, but I would love it there to be a conclusion. But the debate, as far as the information that's available, and the kid actually having the evidence against him, is currently not overwhelming.
To roll back to the actual prompt though, and I think, and to your original question, like who won the debate, I think Andrew Wilson presented evidence that's been submitted by the state, more evidence that he did do it than Candace produced that he is being set up. I don't know that she presented any evidence, because you can't argue from the gaps. You can't say, well, there wasn't this. That's not how evidence works. I don't know that she presented any actual evidence. Asking a question is not evidence. Having a receipt or a picture of him in a different place, like a picture of him somewhere that wasn't UVU, or a text message from him that says, hey, I'm in Arizona, that would have been evidence that she could have presented. She didn't present anything. All hers was you can't verify this, you can't validate this.
Yeah, I agree. And that's like falsification is independent of replacement. I know that Andrew was asking for a valid, right? Like he's for whatever reason. I don't think this is that this is criteria that should be met. But he was asking for a valid theory of replacement. I believe, and I know. I mean, I know to be true that falsification is independent of replacement, and that's what he was asking for—a valid theory of who else could have done it, as if that's the burden that she would need to prove. If they agreed to that, they agreed to that. But
yeah, I don't think it was a good prompt. I'm right there with you, and I don't even think Andrew thinks it was a good prompt. My understanding from Mr. E, the producer for Andrew's show and the spaces that he's been in, nobody on his team liked the prompt, and it took them. It was a battle just to get her to have the second prompt in there that she had evidence that he was a patsy. So I won't disagree at all that the prompt was like dog shit, but given what was agreed to, what both sides ultimately agreed to, I think he produced evidence and she did not. That's why I would say that he won the debate.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not. It's just not strong. So like something that comes to mind, you can let me know how you feel about it. But something that was brought up was that, or something that was kind of said, right, was that so she wanted to go through like bit by like excruciatingly, very in depthly. She wanted to, I guess, analyze one piece, right? And then Andrew jumped to, but how does that entail that he's a patsy, right? But you can't. But he was putting. It seemed to me that he was putting the conclusion ahead of the epistemological framework that needed to be built slowly. So she would go through a step to say, hey, listen, here's one thing we can falsify this one thing, and he would jump and say, well, how would that prove that? But you'd have to prove all of those things first to get to the patsy part.
What? Yeah,
To use
no, that's
But
fine. I
yeah.
I agree with you that even his framing was a little off, and I'm glad you used the word epistemology. What lets her know that her claim is true epistemologically? That's what he was asking for the whole time. Like, how does she get to that conclusion if we're just using epistemology, the nature of knowledge, right?
Yeah,
And
because
her answer all the time was, her answer literally was, I don't have one. It's my gut. It's what I feel. It's my timeline. I'm allowed to ask questions. It was all feelings, and 45 times, by the way, is what the count is up to right now. I feel that this is what it is.
I don't have issue with the feeling because like when people, I don't really have issue with the feeling
Feelings
so much.
aren't evidence. That's the thing.
Well, feelings aren't really defined. Like, so when I say, like, listen, I feel like you're lying to me, it's not truly like the I don't know, the common colloquial way of like, oh well, what is a feeling? A feeling is just what I got a warm chest, like my or what. A feeling is actually built on like is actually like an inferential knowledge claim due to earlier
I mean,
justifications.
sometimes.
If you have a strong epistemology, then your quote unquote feelings, that's really just your like epistemic inference.
Yeah, the justification. So that's good. So Andrew believes and feels that Tyler Robinson is guilty, justified by the evidence that has been brought forward. Candace believes that he is innocent, justified by the gaps that she is finding and saying are in the evidence. So she's coming from the gaps without any actual evidence, where his justification is the evidence that's already been presented.
Yeah, so I just don't want to argue that feelings is meaningless, right? Because when somebody says feelings, what they really mean is that their reasoning has led them to this I don't know,
Right.
intuition, this
And
conclusion.
no one's saying that it's wrong, right? Because your intuition, right, your feelings and your thoughts guide you, but they are not evidence themselves. And she's been presenting those thoughts and feelings as evidence.
Well, that's her reasoning. So what I'm pointing out is that it's not really like to say, oh, it's just you're in your feelings. She's really in her. So when Andrew said, well, I would use rationality and reason to come to a conclusion, she's using the same descriptors, but calling them feelings. It's not.
Well,
There's no
we can
distinction.
roll it. Well, we can roll it back to like the stuff we were talking about with Dean and stuff. Then, right? Like I don't know if you were here for that, but it's actually a great transparency. Somebody feels that they got raped. Is that enough to say that they got raped, or should there be evidence for it?
Well, they've reasoned to the conclusion based on the definitions of rape that they were raped. I mean, and then you would just call that feelings.
I mean, usually it would be like evidence that there was like a denial and stuff like that, right? Like that's what they would actually use. They wouldn't just put a girl or a guy on the stand and they would say, "Well, I feel like I did," and then convicted somebody else, right?
All I'm pointing out is that when she's using the word feelings, and then Andrew's beating up on saying, "Well, listen, I feel like I should be able to." What she's saying, or what anybody's saying in that situation, is I've reason to, based on prior knowledge, I've reason to the conclusion that right now, there's no evidence for this, that, third.
But then,
that's all I'm pointing out right now.
But then he asked her.
Absence of evidence is not evidence.
No. Then he asked her to like walk him through like her thought process, and she didn't answer. Like, how did she get from this to Francis involved or whatever? I can't
help you understand it.
Yeah, that's what
she
did
said. But she did a good job explaining it.
She didn't explain it.
What was it that she was explaining?
What did she explain?
I'm trying to remember. I remember she repeated it about 3 times. Well, what? Maybe refresh my memory. Yeah. Are you there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
what was the topic that?
That there's more. The short and long of it is there's more evidence that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk, or there's more evidence that he was a
patsy. I was talking about that one.
I remember what it was. It was that the degradation of the DNA would then entail that he did not recently handle the weapon, that it was older. And he was like, how does that make, and then he said, but how does that make him a patsy? She's like, listen, I can explain it to you again. And that was the I can explain it, but I can't understand it for you. She says, I can explain it to you again, that the DNA, the expert analysis on the weapon shows that he was not most recently, and once there's 4 or more fingerprints, you can't get a positive testing that they were the most recent occupier of the weapon.
But it wasn't fingerprints.
How does that entail that she's a patsy? She said, listen, I can keep on explaining it to you, but I can't understand it for you.
But they kept saying fingerprints, but they meant DNA because there were no other fingerprints found on the weapon.
Tanks,
other DNA.
Even with what you're saying.
Actually, DNA was on the fucking towel, not even the gun.
Yeah. With her saying that because his were degraded, so all of that stuff that she was saying, if she was wrong about what she was saying, would she still be justified in her feeling? That's just a question for you.
If she was wrong, then yeah, she would have to justify it differently.
Okay, so she is wrong, by the way. Like, while Tyler Robinson's was super degraded on there, she also said that because it was super degraded and it wasn't even the majority on there, that's factually incorrect. His was by far the most DNA on the weapon, and degradation doesn't have anything to do with time.
Time is one factor for DNA degradation, but DNA also degrades due to environmental factors such as heat and humidity. Okay?
Like being in a forest,
rain,
like being in a wooded area in Utah in September. Right. Or, if his hands were really sweaty, that's extra moisture. Okay. Robinson was still the major contributor on multiple parts of rifle: the stock and grips, the butt plate, the bolt, the forend, and the full trigger area.
I mean, he owned the whole thing. Let me ask Jinx. Let me ask you a couple of things that don't make sense to me, right? Like, just this is not within the debate. It's kind of external from the debate. If Tyler Robinson had the tools, right, like the routing tool, the Dremel tool, the grinding tool, to carve the bullets, but he did not think to carve out his serial number from the weapon, and then if he had the foresight, right, to hide his recent gunpowder on his hands and fingerprints, why did he not have the foresight to wipe down the entire gun with like denatured alcohol or something like that? Why are these contradictions in place? That the tools were not found in order to carve the bullets that then would allow him to carve out the serial number that would identify him as a weapon owner, as well as he didn't have the foresight to wipe down the weapon and wear gloves.
So we've also got the question of why didn't he plan forward and not jump off 2 stories and risk injuring his ankle, where he could have just set up a rope or something to rappel down.
Maybe, but what do you feel? How do you feel about
the cameras? Let's not forget about that.
I'm just saying he's not very smart, from what I can tell.
No, he's smart enough to carve out "I hate Donald Trump" or whatever they were. I don't even know. Whatever they were.
It was like, "Hey, fascist catch" and things like that.
Yeah, and shit like that.
If you could read this, you're gay. He wasn't trying to be, when he was carving these out, he wasn't trying to be intelligent. He was memeing.
Remember, he also thought he was going to get caught. He wasn't worried about covering anything up. He left a note for Lance under his keyboard that says, if you see this, I'm probably dead or in prison or already in custody. So there was never any intention of leaving, like making it out of there on his part.
Well, these are the contradictions. I mean, this is, like I said, separate from the debate, but I kind of wanted to ask Jinx what she thought about it, which is that you have not pled guilty. You have not publicly said to the world, I did it, right? Like the guy who shot the insurance agent guy or whatever. Like, you know, like typical people do. You had the foresight to carve out bullets, but not carve out the serial number. You had the foresight to wear gloves and hide any kind of recent DNA that would not go for degradation, but didn't wipe off past fingerprints. How do we swear these?
Out of curiosity,
he's
what
stupid.
would?
There you go.
Yeah, he is stupid.
Well, hold on.
Hang on.
Let me say something. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So, out of curiosity, what do you think carving the serial number off of that gun would have actually done? Because they're not registered guns.
Hidden his identity.
But it was from his grandpa. It was so long ago. There's no way they would have been able to trace.
Yeah, he wasn't registered to the gun anyway. They didn't have to match a serial number.
Yeah.
It would have hit. Dude, listen. It hides the serial number. Might as well say Jinx host on Discord on whatever day today is.
No. It was a gift. It was a gift. It wasn't registered to him to begin with.
Yeah, it was his grandpa's gun.
I know the serial number is your name and your address. So
no, he didn't. Yeah, when you buy a gun, yes, he didn't buy the gun.
Yeah, he didn't buy the gun. It wouldn't have tracked back to him. It was his grandpa's gun.
Jinx, why aren't you answering directly?
And I don't think
Sippy is just. Hold on, Jay, shut up.
Hang on, I'm muted.
Just so you are aware, Sippy is just as much able to speak in response because even though I am when marked as the host, it says JinxedSip at the top. Yeah. So he is my co-host, and when he's hosting, I'm his co-host. This is our joint space/live stream. So, and I'm also not going to talk over 5 people talking at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I just it was like they had the chance like 6 times. I just thought maybe you would chime in by then, but that's all right.
No,
that was not even relevant to the debate.
So yeah, no, I get that. And so what I said earlier when first started this line of thought was the carvings into the bullets were all him memeing. They were not meant to be intelligent in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so it shows me that he is not intelligent enough to have the forethought to do anything that would help protect his identity, including the serial number on the gun, which would not have been registered to him. I'm not even sure it would be registered to his grandfather based on the age of the gun. So, he as Inquisitor said, he was not expecting to make it. That's why he had the letter under the keyboard. Okay.
We all agree though that that's how they know whose gun it was, right?
No, he said it was his gun.
Yeah, he said
that's
it was
how we know whose gun
like
it is.
the parents, I think, identified the gun. It was it not? Wasn't it the dad or something that identified
his dad
that?
texted him and said, "Hey, have you seen Granddad's gun lately?"
Can you send
he also in the text message he also said, "I have to get the gun in the woods," and they found it in the woods. So that link is also there.
Yeah. And he said, "Granddad's gun works great," or something of that effect. Okay? When you say he hasn't he hasn't said that he's guilty. He hasn't publicly said that he's guilty because he hasn't been arraigned yet. That he has not. The arraignment is when he makes his plea. He does not enter a formal plea. We're in the preliminary hearing phase, which is essentially a grand jury, except it's with a single judge instead of a grand jury. Okay, so we're still in probable cause. He has been indicted. He has been arrested.
I don't imagine. Yeah, I don't imagine he's going to. I don't know. Maybe if he did it and that's it, open and shut, that would be bizarre. And
I mean, with all the evidence that is there so far, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he pleads guilty.
Statistically, if they drop the charges from aggravated to pull the death penalty off, he'll take a plea. Like statistically, in the state of Utah, it's like 60% chance if death penalty is not on the table that somebody will plead out before it ever gets to trial. I'm not saying that he's going to be a statistic by any means, but I think that's part of my feeling, and I can justify it, is that if they can get the aggravated murder off the table, that he will take a plea and say, yep, yeah, I already admitted to it. I just don't want to die. That's the only reason that we're still doing this.
Yeah, that might make sense.
His parents are going to be called as state witnesses at trial. The prosecution has already stated that they intend to call them as witnesses. his admission to them is in the charging documents. Okay. The police don't just like make up those words. Okay. That has to come from somebody. We haven't seen whether it's like a video statement or like a video interview on like a body camera or something like that. We haven't seen if it's a written statement because that hasn't been brought in yet because there's still evidence that hasn't been brought in. So parents are saying it was him and they said, hey, dad recognized, talked to mom. They talked to him together with their family friend and they identified him and then he admitted, yeah, that was me. Okay. There's the text messages with him admitting it's him. The letter under the keyboard where he is saying that he did it. There's the Discord messages with him saying that he did it. And anyone saying that the Discord messages were sent after he was already in custody is lying because that's not true. Okay. Because they try to say that he was in custody at like 6 p.m. He was not.
I mean, that's what I would expect from like a Patsy situation. Not that I'm saying that he's definitely a Patsy or anything. I would like to see a clean, clear conviction. How do you guys feel about Andrew Wilson? Because back to like this is going. We're outside of the debate, I guess, right now. But like, how do you guys feel about within the debate, Andrew Wilson's point saying that if he was innocent, his parents would say he was innocent?
Yes, I think they would. I think if they didn't have a confession from him, even if he wasn't innocent, if they didn't confess, Tyler Robinson did not confess to his parents, that they would be in front of cameras and stuff saying, my son didn't do this.
Right. Now, can you imagine? So now they're imagine they know he did it. Imagine in the back of their heads. Now they go out in front of cameras and say, my son didn't do it. Is he innocent now?
There would be more justification to the belief that he didn't do it, for me personally, if his parents were saying that he didn't do it. Yes.
They recanted their statements. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's this is again within the debate. Candace claims that their parents never said he did it. That it was a friend of a friend of a friend who said, you know what, he looks like your son. They're claiming your son. Go to the police station and make yourself known so they don't come after you.
Yeah. With no evidence, she did claim that. Yes. But
yeah,
I can.
Debate.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can make things up. Again, she's just wrong.
She might be, but did Andrew Wilson thoroughly address that situation?
I wish Mr. E was in here because I would love to know which fact checks got declined by PBD and if this would have been one of them, because PBD declined a lot of Andrew's team's fact checks.
2/3 according to Mr. E.
Yeah, most of them are primarily around the bullet. I wrote from what Robert told me was around like a lot of them were around the bullet projection and the DNA.
Okay. Yeah, because so while Andrew did not push back on that as much as she should have, Candace also did not provide any evidence of that claim. If I had been a fact checker, I would have supplied the charging documents where it specifically states that mom and dad agreed and identified him and confronted him that way.
I agree. It would be a different. Like this is why I hold the position that like I like both Andrew Wilson and Candace. I like them both, right? And I believe that Andrew Wilson lost the debate because he didn't have rebuttals to her claims, her claims
he didn't have rebuttals to all of them, but she also did not provide evidence of them.
It was the lack of it. Her claim was that there's no evidence that they do believe that their son is guilty.
But a lack of evidence is not evidence,
right? So therefore, there's no evidence.
But the same thing is she was lying.
That might be true,
but there is evidence of it. Okay, so she's running off of the hope that people will not be informed on this topic like she is, so that she can just give out the information that she wants to give out and everybody's going to believe her. That's the biggest problem with what she is doing is she knows she's wrong and she does it anyway.
That might be a problem, like in reality, but inside of the debate, she said, listen, show me your evidence that he is guilty. And he said, my evidence that she's guilty or that he's guilty is that the parents, they agree that he's guilty and he did not have the evidence. So boom, that evidence is gone. And it just happened over and over where the burden of proof is on the person making the accusation, which is the prosecution, which is the side of Andrew Wilson, and they have
no, that's not how a debate works. This isn't a court trial. Okay, it's not that burden of proof is on the prosecution. In a debate, each side has to prove their claim.
Yeah. Yes. So the burden of proof.
No, she has to prove that he's a patsy. Yeah. He has to prove that he wasn't. She did not prove that he is a patsy. She supplied zero evidence that she is he is a patsy.
I don't feel. Yeah, I do. I don't. Yeah, I don't feel like they were able to get to that. I feel like it was kind of filibustered, right? But when the burden was put onto Wilson, which is he took the position that they have sufficient evidence. I didn't see it. Did you guys see it? I didn't see it.
Yeah. The DNA, the camera, the confession. That's the evidence that he presented. Her saying "I don't buy it" isn't counter evidence.
He didn't bring forth that evidence. So, like the DNA,
okay, fine. She buried herself. Is your claim? Then that's also fine. The DNA was there. She was wrong about it.
It should be there.
And even got fact checked. Yeah. So she beat herself by your claim.
The DNA should be there. It's his gun. That it was degraded to the point where they weren't like, hey, listen, this guy was just like raping this, humping this gun, and he's all over it or whatever.
No, that's not what that's not what the degradation of the DNA is. The DNA evidence that's presented is he's the majority DNA holder on the weapon. The degradation level
external to the debate again. Inside.
No, it's not. That was in the debate. Andrew's point was his DNA is the majority of what is on the weapon.
Yeah. He didn't bring that forward.
He did.
Yeah, in the debate. Yeah, he did.
Did you even watch
Definitely
it,
did.
Yes.
I doubt it.
Okay, well, I
so
did.
This is the point where we're at. Okay, so Andrew didn't need to bring up like pictures of everything because it's common knowledge evidence from the preliminary hearings.
That's where I think we disagree. Yeah.
She
did you not watch the preliminary hearing
to say that he was a patsy other than feelings? We don't convict on feelings, and we don't release people on feelings.
Again, that's where like the definition of
feelings, intuition, thoughts, anything like that is not evidence. I can say that I think that Sippy's retarded. Okay.
Well, you're not wrong.
I have to be able to supply proof of that.
Yes, I also have
talk to him all the fucking time.
I have negative proof of that.
But the definition of the feelings being, if we define the feelings as reasoning, right? And she's just using the word feelings as a substitute for reasoning.
What evidence is supporting that reasoning?
That there's no evidence to support that he is the killer, right? Not sufficiently. Not that Andrew, like maybe external to the debate, but not internal. Like Andrew didn't bring forth the evidence; he just brought forth the claims. He didn't bring forth the evidence.
No, she's not. Her job isn't to counter Andrew in that way. Her job is to give evidence
to prove
that
her
his
part.
stuff, or that the stuff going on that has been brought forward is false.
You see how this is like again, this is just me, just like as a human. Like you see how this is kind of like touching on you're guilty until proven innocent. Like.
This
like
debate,
this is a debate, not the court case.
The evidence, right? But now somehow it's on the supposedly innocent person that has to rebut the non-evidence.
That's how a debate works.
Not a court.
It's not a court case. It's not burden of proof.
Yes, it is. A debate is always the burden of proof. Everything is
not when there are two separate claims.
No, it's all the same. Any
debate, there were two separate.
Even if I deny, like you say, the sky is blue. And I say, I don't believe that the sky is blue. I have to bring forward some kind of justification and reasoning for why I don't believe. I'd have to say, okay, well, the sky is the thing that's above my head that's always blue. That's the definition of the sky. So I don't believe that the sky is not blue. It would be the burden of proof is always necessary.
So how would you justify that though? You're almost there. How would you justify if you were on the opposing side that the sky is not blue? How would you justify it?
Well, by the definition of what the sky is the thing that's blue, that's above my head. And then if somebody would bring forward the idea that no, the sky is actually a red rock. I say that goes against the definition of what a sky is, and I can show you what a rock is. Right? I can say here's a rock. This is what a rock does. It's hard. It's solid.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the sky you walk.
You're
You can
awesome.
go right through it.
A patsy is somebody who's set up willingly or unwillingly to take the fall. How did she justify that?
By showing that if she did justify within the debate, I'd have to go extra great, but within the debate, she showed it by the lack of evidence, right, which would be the burden of proof dependent upon the claimant. Everybody's making the claim here. Both sides are making the claim. She's making the claim that there's not sufficient evidence, and he's making the claim that there is. That's it. It's a true dichotomy. So it was his job to bring forward the evidence, the sufficient evidence that he undoubtedly committed this crime, and he didn't do that.
That's not what it was about. She was supposed to prove that he was a patsy, and he was supposed to prove that he did it. Right? That would be the
definition. Do you think he sufficiently proved that he did it?
I think he actually provided evidence.
He proved more. He had more evidence that it was Tyler Robinson than Candace did that it wasn't.
Right, what evidence?
She didn't have any evidence.
We're going in circles again. He brought the DNA, the video, and the confession.
Well, listen, that's what I'm saying. She brought forth.
Yeah, her evidence, the evidence that you're saying is good enough from her is I don't believe you. If that's all it takes to beat you in a debate, then that's anytime that we have this back and forth, I'm just going to say I don't believe you.
He didn't bring forward.
I don't believe. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
He didn't bring forward
I don't believe you. I don't believe that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
I feel like you're wrong.
He didn't bring forward the
I don't believe you. I don't believe you that she didn't do it. I don't believe you.
You can't. I didn't see you watch the debate, so I don't think you watched it.
I definitely don't think you watched it.
But
you see how this works?
Jay has been trying to ask a question for like 30 minutes now.
Yeah, I got a question for Jinx. Real simple.
Shoot, Jay.
Was his DNA? Was it? Wait, hold on. Okay. Was his DNA found at at the location of the shooting, like where he took the shot at? So okay,
on the screwdriver.
So his location was at the spot that he took the shot, allegedly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Was his DNA, no matter how degraded it was, on the fucking firearm?
Yes, as the majority contributor on multiple parts of the rifle.
All right. Was his DNA found on any of the rounds or shell casings that were left at the scene?
That
you know
I don't know.
Yes, it was. It was on all of the rounds that were still with the weapon.
Okay. And his DNA was found on a towel.
As the majority contributor. Yes.
Okay. I asked the guy that we're arguing with, what you know what they call that in legal terms? A slam fucking dunk.
Those aren't legal terms, Jay.
That seems like legal to me.
Because not only do I got your DNA at the fucking scene, at the location of the shooting, I've got your DNA on the fucking fire, on the murder weapon. I've got your DNA on the shell casings from the bullets that were used to fire to kill Charlie Kirk. I've got text messages from. We don't have to go into the text messaging. We don't need no text messages. We don't need no letters. We don't need no admissions of guilt. The physical evidence alone is a slam fucking dunk.
Yeah, I mean,
Jay, if Andrew Wilson had brought these things forward, he may have done better in the debate. But he did not.
He a lot better than Candace.
Oh my God! What are you talking? Okay, hold on. You brought up. Well, we need to get rid of this contradiction of the majority DNA being degraded or whatever. Why was it, if he was smart enough to do this, why wasn't he smart enough to write down the gun? The fact that the DNA on the weapon was degraded shows that he tried to do what? Wipe down the fucking weapon. So explain to me.
If you're a juror on a trial.
Jay, deep breath.
And wipe it. No,
I'm breathing. I'm cool. I'm just listening to this dude, and I'm just like, how does this guy think that Candace? Okay, so you brought up the fact that he's a patsy, right? What evidence, like they've asked, what evidence did... No, I'm asking you a question. What evidence did Candace Owens bring? I'm asking you in simple terms because you seem to be dancing around this subject. What
no, I'm not. You want to go? What
did Candace Owens bring?
New question.
What evidence did Candace Owens bring that showed that he was a patsy?
All right, so scratch everything else you said or not? And this
that wasn't a question. The question that I was asking was to Jinx about the DNA, and she answered all the questions. The question that I'm asking
Yeah, that's
you,
why
with
it
all that
wasn't
I've
to me
said,
earlier, or it was.
the question that I'm asking you, after all that I've said,
Yeah, so
is
scratch everything you said, or do you want me to address everything you said?
no. Okay, no, go ahead. Address everything I've said.
Okay, what's the first thing?
Is it a slam dunk? What
No,
evidence
that's
there
the
is in a
same.
slam dunk?
No, that's the new question. You want me to address all the old stuff that you said, or not?
No, the new question was
That's okay. So all right,
evidence
we are
did
going to
Candace
scratch
Owens
all.
bring?
Good.
Are you serious?
Yes,
No,
I'm
we're not
asking. You want
scratching
to go
anything.
back into the things that you were like when she said calm down. I'm angry at you. I'm just saying. Do you want to address the other things, or you want to?
All I said was, how is that not a slam dunk to you? All that physical evidence, get rid of everything else, the letters, the admissions of guilt, the video, get rid of all that. Just the physical evidence, DNA at the scene, DNA on the weapon, DNA on the fucking on the shell casing, DNA on the screwdriver. What there is not evidence that he did it.
Okay, are any of the all right? So now this is external to the debate because Andrew Wilson did not bring up any of these things.
Yes, he did, bro. Oh my God.
Oh,
He definitely talked about definitely talked about the DNA on the rifle. Okay.
Well, that was her talking point. Like, and I'm not saying she was right or wrong. I'm just saying that was her talking.
She was wrong when she said that Lance Twiggs' DNA was on the rifle because it wasn't his.
Oh, and she also called it fingerprints multiple times.
Well, and that's external to the debate. So, like within the debate, rather she's right or wrong about it. Like in reality, again,
it's
is
not
something
external
else.
to the debate because she said his DNA was on it and it wasn't. So
what I'm saying is that
a lie.
Candace is all right. So do we agree that one of Candace's greatest talking points, right? Like whether it sucks or not, her great talking point was the DNA within the preliminary hearing was said by the expert analyst to be degraded, and once something is degraded to that extent, you cannot confidently identify the person. This was her argument.
Yeah, that's also a lie, though. That's a problem.
Yeah,
that's why it's not a good
I know,
point.
but that's whether it's a lie or not is external to the debate.
No, that's internal in the debate. You have to take that into account.
Did Andrew Wilson say that's a lie?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He said she was wrong.
I'll believe you watched it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm very sure it was.
I've watched this thing a few times, and if
he definitely
said she
did
was
it.
wrong, did he specify and show a citation or some sort of legitimate?
He asked for the fact check, and they said no.
Yeah. So then, within the debate, whether she lied or not.
Okay, so now you're saying people can tell you they don't believe you and lie to you, and they just win. If you Gish Gallop lies,
he had no rebuttal.
He did. They refused it.
PBD refused about 2/3 of the fact checks from Andrew's team. Okay, Avarice is very close with the team. He talked to Rob Knorr, who was the primary fact checker, and the DNA was one of the big focal points of the fact checks that got declined.
Yeah, and to the guy who was like, I asked him if he wanted to go backward or forward. I was just we are all in agreement that whether it was self-refuting or not, this was Candace's point, not Andrew's.
We're not agreeing with that at all. So we're not agreeing that at all.
It doesn't matter who brought it
Candace's
forward.
Yeah, okay? Candace brought it forward first, but she lied about it.
Brought forward the stuff. That's what I'm.
No.
Yeah, if you score points on your own goal, your opponent wins. That's how everything works.
I hear you, but we're saying that
no, not I hear you, but I hear you, but you're right. She brought it up and was wrong and got proven to be wrong. She scored points on her own. Yes, even within the debate. Even within the debate, yes.
Maybe I'm wrong. You could tell me like the minute.
You're wrong.
Has Candy ever been right about anything, though, y'all?
No.
Charlie Kirk was alive. She was correct about that.
Dude, they're both They're both guys. They're both like conservatives. They're both they both believe in God.
Candace has never been a conservative. I will argue
conservative
that point.
doesn't mean you believe in God. She's not a conservative.
You believe in God.
She believes in God. She's got a cross in the back of.
That doesn't mean anything.
Is it upside down?
No,
maybe.
Listen, she says she's a Christian. She has a cross. I mean, I don't know. Are we disagree with that?
I have to go. I carve out like 2 and change hours for this, but my time is up, ladies and gentlemen. Tanks, I genuinely, I don't have any animosity with you. I'll be happy to talk with you again in the future. You didn't like freak out or anything. I don't think you're fully informed on like how some of this stuff works, but I appreciate you engaging, at least from my position. But I'll catch you all later.
Thanks, buddy.
Peace.
Leaders. Yeah, we are
Yeah,
way
when it
over
comes
time,
to-
by the way.
Yeah, we're way over, so we're gonna
Is
close up.
is it? What about? What if I have another contention?
Go ahead,
Okay.
Owens.
Yeah, my
contentious.
question is for Sippy.
Okay.
Hi, Sippy. So, what if we are looking at the picture too small, right? Now, we have to look at the definition of what we mean by win, right? And if we're just looking at from like as a win from the debate, but what if this wasn't Candace's actual idea, right? What if this started even at the beginning, since social autopsy, where this has just been a ploy for capitalism and generational wealth since the beginning? And optically speaking, since financially, this is a massive win with a 1.6 million minimum at the start of ad revenue, 300K from the bullies, by the way, social autopsy. Andrew Wilson, kind of relevant here, a crossover. We could just say optically, she is bleeding these bullies out of their money and taking it all for her generational wealth.
That's a good point. Hadn't thought of it like that. Yeah. Zoomed out on it. Yeah.
I mean, she was very specific in the debate that when she said it was not a debate, when it was time for Andrew to do his cross, right?
Yeah, again, proving my point that she wasn't a debate.
Don't want to get myself in a legal pickle.
Yeah, because she doesn't care about anything else but the money. The win optically was we was queens and shit, right?
But,
I'm just saying, like optically, she wins.
Also, there's nothing illegal about stating the truth. So if you're not lying, then there's no legal pickle.
Yep.
Saying.
Yeah.
I just want to say I love the way that guy says shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing for me with Candace is she's already set herself up for massive legal problems from Erica.
So we can see that it's about the money and Candace won.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
Because I was about ready to drop a doozy with who she married too. I was about ready to kick that into effect, right? But
yeah,
you guys already conceded, so I was.
Yeah.
That sucked. I had a whole lot of evidence.
So Candace won financially here, right?
Oh,
and the thing that gets me
definitely.
the most about this is Charlie was her best friend.
Allegedly.
Best friend. They were best friends. Best. But her first counter for the debate was $500,000. Then she finally accepted that, okay, we'll do $300,000. Why did she need a single penny to debate on this topic? If they were such good friends.
Because she's a disgusting human being.
Because it's all about the money. This debate, it's running on multiple platforms. She would not allow the other groups to set up their own streaming stations.
Oh, she ran ads.
And Andrew's team was not allowed to set up their own production center. PBD's team was not allowed to run their own production center. They had to use a stream key provided by her. Okay? So that's why everything looks like they're just restreaming Candace's show, because that's what they were forced to do. Okay? And she proceeded to run ads to get more money. It's always been about the money for her. Every single bit. I mean, even the t-shirt she was wearing underneath that blazer was one of her Daddy's Home t-shirts. Which, one, the fact that it says Daddy's Home is fucking disgusting. And two, it was all just one big promotion for her. That's all. The only reason she did it. It was just all about the money.
Can I ask what the Daddy's Home shirt's about?
I don't even know, because I don't pay attention to Candace.
It is kind of
outside
creepy
of this
sounding,
stuff.
though.
Let's see if I can find.
Wasn't that the shirt for like when Trump got back in office? I was saying.
So it's
it's a general thing. It's like, Daddy's home now.
It's a picture. It says Daddy's Home, Shabbat Shalom, and it's got her name on it, and it's 4 pictures of her. I'll take a little screenshot here, and I will drop it down in the purple pill so that you guys can see it. That's what she was wearing. The fact that it says Daddy's Home is insane to me. That's what she chose. She could have worn so many other of her own merch shirts, but that's the one she went with.
Do y'all think Ben Shapiro would have destroyed her?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I would
I don't like
not
them
have.
either,
I
though.
would not have been able to watch that, dude.
I
Candace's
wouldn't have
voice
either.
alone was
Why?
bad enough.
The only thing I
Why?
like with Ben
Candace and
Shapiro
Ben's
is the song
voice.
he did with freaking Tom McDonald. That's the
I
only thing
can't
I like
stand
about
Ben
Shapiro.
Shapiro's voice, dude. Like it is so
No,
whiny.
yeah, his voice is annoying.
And then I
but,
can't stand Candace's voice. So could you imagine both of them at the same fucking time? I am not streaming that one. I'm not watching
Throw
that.
in Matt Walsh, and it's a trifecta of misery in my head.
But I do think Candace is trying to build up her war chest for when she gets sued into the ground. I do think that Erica will sue her, but she will wait until the trial's finished.
I hope she burns that bitch down.
But
I really do.
yeah.
I think Candace Owens is a horrible, horrible human being. Anyone who
absolutely.
goes after a widow like that, come on.
Oh, I
Come
wanna
on.
Yep.
I wanna back up real quick to the serial number thing. Just real quick, I want to explain how law enforcement actually tracks back a serial number. It's not like they punch it into a database and like, oh, this is this guy's. No. So they see the serial number, they see the make and model, they go to the manufacturer, hey, who did you sell this to? And they really hope that manufacturer still has that information. Then when the manufacturer tells them the first gun shop that it was sold to, they really have to hope that that gun shop's still open and still has their records from way back when. If not, they're dead in the water. If they do, then they go to that person and be like, oh no, I sold this to Billy Bob down the road. And then they got to go to Billy Bob. Oh shit, Billy Bob's dead. Does Billy Bob's kids have the fucking records for the gun? It takes forever to track a gun back. Just saying.
Correct.
Especially if it's been sold
Yeah,
multiple times.
there is no actual firearm registry.
There's not
No,
supposed to be.
I was just gonna say that.
Unless it's
No,
an
there-
NFA.
in Utah specifically, there's not.
Well, no, it's illegal to
I don't know about
have
other
one,
states.
but the NFA, any NFA items you're basically on a registry. But it's illegal for any
Yeah.
state to hold a firearms registry.
Yep. All right, we're gonna close out here. We're half an hour over.
Yep.
But
Thanks.
Tanks, I really appreciate you talking with us in good faith, even though we'll have to agree to disagree on this one.
No, thanks for having me on. No problem.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We will be back on Wednesday. Sippy will be in McKinney, Texas, covering the potential new trial for.
Oh, well, it's the recusal hearing and the new trial hearing. So it's a hearing
Petition
to
for a
see
new
if there's
trial.
yeah, petition for a new trial. Both
on
next
the
week,
Carmelo Anthony case. So
Wednesday and Thursday, I'll be there on the ground. So
yep, and he is flying solo. So everybody, please pray for his safety because the expectation is the pro Carmelo crowd is going to be quite large. Drew Anthony has sent out a call to action.
Yeah,
for everyone to come.
Make sure you ain't got no cracks in the ceramic plates, brother.
I don't have ceramic plates.
Oh, well, whatever then. Okay. I thought you would have. My bad. I was just trying to, show off a little bit. Whatever.
No, ceramics they're too
fail.
Yeah,
That was a fail. That was an epic fail.
Yeah, ceramics break too easy. That way.
Yeah.
You drop them and then they're fucked. Anyways, all right, night.
Have a good night.